Instagram. So I am back. My name is Dr. TK, and I am doing another live podcast episode. We are on episode number 118, and I am going to, as I did yesterday, I'm going to be looking at the screen right here along with talking in my microphone. But we are going to be talking today about, will I have time to complete assignments, for example, in your coaching program? So for those of you who don't know, we are at the tail end of the Dope Therapist Academy. What's up? We've had some awesome individuals join the Academy. I'm super elated for all the energy that is in our online community. But I continuously have questions that come in my DM because that's what I request when I post things up. And so I thought that I would hop on here probably every day this week up until the spots are filled to answer any of the questions that have come up for the Academy, okay? And even if you're in the Academy, this information is helpful because today we're going to be talking under the umbrella of time management. And so if you want to watch the previous episodes or you want to listen to them on my podcast, subscribe to my podcast and leave me some feedback so that Apple iTunes can know that people are finding it and listening to it. You can actually go over to my podcast. I'm on all the major platforms, but I highly recommend iTunes. And you can just search Dr. TK, Dr. like the name of my page, Dr. TK, and I will pop right on up. And so I'm going to go ahead and press record again. As I did yesterday, I will come back, answer any questions if they come up, and then we'll wrap up. And then if you have questions later, if you're watching this recorded, then you're welcome to ask questions as well. But just remember that as of yesterday, I haven't posted the update yet, but as of yesterday morning, we only had 8 spots left in the current cohorts. And so I will keep everyone posted, okay? And so let me go ahead and press record and get started. And this will be saved to my IGTV as well, okay? Welcome back to the Branding for Abundance podcast. This is Dr. TK, your host, clinical psychologist, and #1 branding coach and business coach for therapists. So in today's episode, I decided to show up and show out again. I've been receiving a lot of emails and DMs in regards to specifically time management for individuals who have expressed interest in wanting to join the Academy. However, they don't know if this is the right time because they don't know if they will have time to complete the assignments, considering it is a 6-week coaching program. So I believe that this is a very excellent question because before you make any type of time and financial investment, you want to make sure that you are actually able to follow through on the goal that you're setting to be able to consume and retain and apply the information such as a coaching program, because this is an accelerated, I would say, program, because for some people, they are rebranding from scratch, meaning they have to undo a lot of habits that they learned or taught themselves in their recent private practice. And then some individuals don't have a private practice framework yet. And so they're literally building their practice from scratch. And so I first want to walk you through what we do to get you onboarded. So anytime you hear me say the word onboarding my new students, my new clients, that just means that we have a systematic way of getting them in the portal to get their lessons and to get started, because I do believe in preparation before hopping on the coaching call, which is why when we wrap up and, close out registration and enrollment on Sunday, we won't have our coaching call until the following Saturday, because I also want to give those people who joined probably on the last day at the last minute the opportunity to log into the portal maybe by Monday and start some of at least the mindset shifting work and the orientation. So just to give you an overview about what is behind the scenes in the Academy, when we onboard our new students, these are some of the things that we require them to do. 1, they're going to immediately be taken to a thank you page as soon as they sign up. It's going to say something like get access now. They're going to be sent to a thank you page, and the thank you page will also be followed up by an email that tells them exactly how to log into the portal. So some students have been enrolled in some of my CE workshops before, or maybe they were in another program. And so therefore, if they were, a 2020 student, they actually have access to the portal already. I just simply give them a reminder and say, remember your login, remember your password, click this link and go to the page and sign in. The Academy is sitting there waiting on you. If you are a brand new student, follow these steps, because then of course they will definitely have to check their email, because there will be a second email, which means that they need to read the instructions. There will be a second email that says, welcome Dr. TK access to the program. Okay. So we give you access to the portal. We also have the students sign a contract with any coaching program that I have, just like a consent form for mental health services. We have them sign a contract so that they know exactly what they're signing up for outside of what they've already read. And they actually get a sneak peek of a short version of this contract when they actually sign up for the Academy by stating that they've read and understood the terms and conditions. Then once we onboard them and get them access to the portal, then we encourage them via the prompts in the portal to not start jumping around, because some students will see those bonuses and go straight in, but we're here for your private practice. And so I encourage all the students to listen to my welcome message. It says, start here, welcome message. And then after that, I actually tell the students what to do. We have had no problem with every student who is onboarded into the program. They've done exactly what we've listed. We even tell them what bonus to do first, because it will make their learning experience a lot more pleasant. And so go through the portal in order. One of the first bonuses we tell them to accomplish, which honestly, they can do it in one day. It's an audio series. It's 3 mini audio sessions with me online. And it's pre-recorded, but it's called Unleash Your Inner Boss. And that is a bonus that we give every single cohort, because I do believe that a lot of entrepreneurs or bosses, we've never been taught how to be a business owner. Therefore, I'm setting the stage for reframing their mindset and also talking about time management. Now, once we onboard the students and now they're in a portal, now let's actually get into the topic of today, which is time management, and will you have time to complete your assignments. And so for me, time management is you have to schedule time to work on your business. If you've found yourself working more in your business, you need help. You should not have developed your private practice either during this season or before, and you are literally doing secretarial duties, which I'll talk about in another episode, okay? So schedule working on your business just like you would when you schedule maybe your hair to get done, ladies, your hair to get cut or shaved, gentlemen. Maybe ladies, you we have to these days make an appointment to go to the nail shop. You may put those things on a calendar, like it's a no-brainer that you need to get your hair done every 2 weeks, or you need to go get a gel pedicure every 3 weeks. So if those things are on your recurring calendar, I wonder why things for your business are not on your recurring calendar. And sometimes we get so focused on just scheduling clients for our private practice, but we forget to schedule things that help our practice run, such as the things that I teach in the Academy. So what we do, as soon as you get into the portal, and if you go in order, we actually give you the whole live call schedule for all 6 coaching sessions. And we encourage you to plug it into your calendar. Every week, you're going to get a new Zoom link to be able to register, and that's only to protect the students, and also for those who did an installment plan, be fully transparent. You have to be up to par with your payments in order to get access to that new live call. But we don't foresee that to ever be a problem, because it never has been for our programs. I am very blessed, and I want to express gratitude for all those students that we attract to our programs, in which they have they view high quality in terms of getting coaching, and they have a good work ethic. They have a good payment ethic, okay? And so when it comes down to time management, you have to schedule working on your business. Also, you have to know what you want to make room for. So whatever you make room for is going to make room for you. If you don't want to take the time to work on your business will continue to treat you like an employee of your business, which I thought is why some of you may have left or want to leave your job, because you no longer want to be micromanaged. However, have you ever thought about it? If you're continuously filling in all the white space on your calendar, you're potentially, depending on what kind of job you have or what kind of job you came from, you're potentially creating the same type of cycle that you had at your job. And that was probably one of the number one reasons why you left or want to leave your job. So be very careful about recreating patterns that made you escape in the past, okay? Also, I'm a real big component of automating things. So if we know that our coaching sessions are every week for 6 weeks on Saturday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, go ahead and take 15 minutes or give it to your kid or something and go ahead and delegate it and put it in your calendar for the next 6 weeks versus waiting on the Zoom link, which may not come until Thursday. And the reason we send them that late is because you should already have the calendar, and we're going to send reminders. We're going to send a reminder every day from like probably Thursday to Saturday. Hey, did you register already? If you have not registered, make sure that you click the link and register, because why? We get so inundated with emails all day that we say, oh, we're going to register in 5 minutes and then we'll go eat, we'll go take a nap, we get up, we fold clothes, we go see a client, and then we forget, to register. And then all of a sudden you're 10 minutes late on the call because we sent an email saying we start in 15 minutes, but you didn't check that email because you're with a client right before our coaching call, which is fine. But because you're late, you now have missed your opportunity to share your wins, because we do wins starting on week 2 moving forward. We share wins in the academy because I want to hear from some of you. It depends on who shows up for the coaching call. Sometimes we can hear from everybody. Sometimes I call on people who haven't spoke before. Or I may say, everybody tell me one win. And if you don't want to speak or unmute yourself, put it in the chat box, because then I'll say it. Because people who did not make the call, they're watching and they're listening and they love to celebrate you. That's what kind of community we have. So one tip on time management is to schedule in your calendar working on your business. Second tip is set realistic goals. And so for the academy, you get an abundance project every week. And depending on what level you are at when you come in the program, it may feel internally like a lot, or it may be a refresher, or it may be, oh, I did some of this, but not all of it. So what I suggest is to really look at your calendar week by week, because my calendar, based off of my programs and community work that I do on top of my private practice, I have a different line of things to do every single week, but my schedule every month is consistent. So for example, I see the same clients every other Tuesday in my private practice. I see the same clients at the community clinic every other Wednesday in South Central. On the first week of the month, I have a certain amount of coaching calls that I do on the same week of the month, unless it's a holiday. We have our whole year planned out in my business so that I can be able to predict my life, so that I can enjoy family time, so that I can take a vacation. That's what I mean by scheduling things with good time management skills, so that you can continuously work on your business and not always in your business. And most importantly, you can live an abundant lifestyle. So second tip is, when setting realistic goals, you want to decide, based off my schedule this week, do I need to just hammer out my workbook and my assignment because we already showed up to the live coaching call? So all you have to do outside of the call is do your homework, okay? Do you need to carve out one day this week and just say, I'm going to lock myself in my office for 90 minutes and that's it? That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to be okay with whatever I can get done, because you have unlimited access to the portal. You can always go back. Okay. Now also, some people may say 90 minutes ain't gonna cut it. I got a 2-year-old upstairs. So anytime that I join a program right now, if my husband is not home, I have to make sure that I carve out maybe 15 to 30 minutes at a time, which is not ideal. But if I'm home by myself and I need to get something done, I am going to set realistic goals so that I can feel accomplished when I am done. Also, think about it as the same way you schedule study time to get licensed. What did some of you do? I hope that you just weren't on the flow with just, oh, I'm going to study today. No, you said, I need to take my test by this day. Looking at my schedule, I can give myself 3 hours a week to study. All right, this week, when am I going to study? Where are my study group partners? What topic do I need to study? We can do that for our license to get a job, but you can't do that to build your business. Does that make sense? No. Right? So another tip is I do the sessions live on purpose, because I've recognized the group of students that I have, therapists, we're so used to going to school. Therefore, we're used to changing classes, if not every 4 to 6 weeks, depending on what school you went to. But also, you're just used to switching classes every semester or every quarter. So what I've decided to do to help the students out in my program in the academy with time management is that our sessions are taught live. That to me helps with time management for those who prefer to learn live, and if they can make it to the designated time, but they are recorded, is that they don't have to carve out extra time to watch a lesson and keep stopping it, because they can watch it, they can ask their questions right there, and then all they have to do is do their homework. So students who have shown up, they have seen an increase in the amount of their ability to implement the information. However, I will say that I've had a large group of students who were going to the portal to watch the recording, and they got just as much out of it, but it was because of their mindset and what their goal was of why they were in the program. So also utilize our online community and support system. We set up a support system in a Telegram online group, which is actually year round. So no matter if you are on pay in full, installment plan, whether you joined last year or this year, you still will have unlimited access to our online Telegram group. And then when you're done with your 6 weeks, you will be known as an alumni. So what's happening like today, I can't show you because I'm actually on my phone. But what we do every day is we go and we post a list of all the new students, because when you go on your portal, it's going to at one point say, have you joined our community? And then the link is in the portal on purpose. I don't email it to you because I want you to do certain things in order. Right? So when they get in there, they're like, oh my God, like those who got in there on Friday, it was Friday is Wednesday. Like celebrate your wins in your practice. And so they probably were scrolling like, oh my God. And I'm saying that because I don't want you to get overwhelmed. People are going to share wins, but you don't know when they joined the program. You don't know what level they are in their practice. Okay. So utilize your online community. Now, disclaimer, our community is not about solicitation. You cannot go in there and start selling your mugs, your t-shirts, your coaching programs, but you can make referrals for clients. We do like hashtag referral, 21-year-old African-American female in Phoenix, moving and relocating to New York, looking for a therapist dealing with anxiety. We've created our own little psychology today, right? So we have our online community. If you're having trouble maybe with verbiage and maybe it came up after the coaching call about how to do a consultation, put that in the group. But I also encourage the students in the program to develop their own mini accountability groups with newer students, because you all are coming in at the same level. And you can meet, I have a structure for that as well, where you can meet once a week on your own time. Also, I encourage you to utilize our coaching calls for Q&A. Again, if you are battling with time management, why are you investing in a program and a coach and a community and an online portal and workbooks, but you are still going to Google and spending ins and outs of hours throughout the day and throughout the night, wasting your time while you have a coach? So unless it's unrelated to building up your private practice, then you can ask it on the coaching call, especially if we're talking about it during that lesson, okay? Also, I'm a real big component with implementing feedback. So if you ask me about something or our community members give you different responses and you say, okay, I'm gonna try this, we're holding you accountable. So when you come back that week and you implemented that, and of course, if you got a win or, something changed even in your mindset, I want you to report that and say, you guys told me to do this last week. I did it and this what happened. That's what I want to hear. No win is too small or too big. I want to hear it all. Okay. And then after each coaching call, I will also be sending everybody in our Telegram group the ability to review the coaching call. So I want feedback because I'm a professor. And so I like implementing the feedback every single week. Now, the one feedback that I will not adjust is some people say, I wish I had more time. Guess what? If you want more time with coaching, then guess what you do? You upgrade to the VIP option. The VIP option gives you the opportunity to come back to the next coaching lessons, but you still have access to the Telegram group. So you have access. Okay, so make sure that you upgrade to that VIP option, because once the enrollment closes, you cannot say once we start our coaching calls, oh, can I upgrade to the VIP option? Okay, so another thing that will help you with time management is that I can help you create a business plan. And once you create that workbook, which I'm gonna say is one of the most important sections of your entire lesson, because it sets the tone for all other 4 of the frameworks, you shouldn't have a problem reaching your goals because you've already set big but realistic goals for your business, at least in the next year and 5 years. And then we're going to work backward and you're going to create a 30-day goal specifically to the coaching program. And then, like I mentioned, weekly accountability. So at the end of the day, the reason why I wanted to talk to you about this is because time management has been one of the biggest questions that the DTA coaches have encountered when talking to people on Zoom, when they are on the fence about joining the program. Some people are on the fence about joining because they say they don't have time, believe me, you will make time for something that you want. Everybody gets the same 24 hours. And I have over 7 streams of income, and I figure out a way to get them done. You carve out time. So as a recap, I walked you through the onboarding process of what our clients do when they get access to the portal right away as soon as they sign up. I also walked you through how we have the portal set up, our accountability and online community. What is the purpose of the live coaching calls? What happens if you can't make it live? It is recorded. You can also pre-submit your questions there, and we can read your question on the call with your name, so at least you will know what question it is. Typically, it takes us about 48 hours to edit the video and create the timestamps for the video, and the timestamps allows you to fast forward to a certain section of the Q&A so that if you don't want to hear the wins, but you may want to hear about a particular thing that I taught, you just scan the time stamps, because maybe let's just say you had to leave the call early and you were like, I know I left when she was talking about this, so what came after this? And then you could just literally fast forward the video, because the coaching calls are 90 minutes. Okay, so we are here for you. We got you. If you have any further questions, make sure that you check us out at the link in my show notes on the podcast. If you are watching, because I am, for those who are listening on the podcast, I am streaming this live on Instagram, because some people prefer a visual. And so if you have questions about DTA, I would encourage you to visit the page and watch the testimonials, read the information, read the framework, learn about what you're going to get. And then if you feel like this is a good match for you because you want to build a profitable blueprint so that you can know and not have to struggle with where your business is going, because some of you just don't know where to start or what your next move is. You're confused. You have 5,000 ideas and you do not know how to tame them. Okay. The Academy is also really good for people who find themselves not being able to sleep because you are working and not being able to see the profits of your labor, right? You are having more month than money. You are living check to check still with your own business with a full caseload. That means you don't understand your numbers. So we're going to teach you how to learn how to predict with a certain equation, which is fairly easy, that I help you create, super, super easy, that you're going to be able to actually clone it to your Google Drive and make it yourself. Okay, because some students that come in the program, a lot of them complain about time management, and they also have a concern about being able to see profits in their business. So I've created a profitable framework that teaches you how to build a plan for your business for the next 5 years, alongside of targeting your ideal client, alongside of creating your own funnel for that, so that clients can get to you seamlessly and effortlessly. I'll also teach you how to understand your niche and your expertise so that they can position you for other streams of income later. And then of course, delegating tasks, because I don't want you doing all this yourself over time. And so I really hope that you enjoyed this live podcast episode. If you are on Instagram, put your questions in. If you are listening on the podcast, you are welcome to either head over to Instagram at Dr. TK Psych, share this podcast episode with someone who either needs this help or for yourself. Check out the DTA. We do close, depending on when you hear this episode or when you watch this video on my IGTV, we do close on enrollment on Sunday night, which is Valentine's Day. And if you got a boo, you know what I'm saying, you might be cuddled up. So you may not be worried about closing up shop and signing up. So do not wait until the last minute also to ask me questions. Okay, if you have questions, just ask them. Closed mouths do not get fed, but only ask me questions related to clarification of the Academy. But I would highly encourage you to go over to the enrollment page first and look at the information. If you are pre-licensed, I just put out a podcast and a IGTV about that yesterday, because that was one of the number one questions that came as well, in terms of clinicians seeing clients right now in this season, but not being licensed, but not sure if they should join DTA or not. So I've been able to answer a lot of the things that I would say are serving as barriers for clinicians to sign up for the Academy. And I would highly encourage you to re-listen to this podcast episode if you need to. Go back and listen to a few more. You can also see my teaching style per the way that I do my podcast. So I really hope that you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one, or hopefully in the Academy. Bye. All right, so on Instagram, enrollment closes on Sunday. Enrollment closes on Sunday. As of yesterday, not today, but as of yesterday, we had 8 sessions. We had 8 spots that are left, and that's it. So you do not want to wait to the last minute and say, oh, I hope they still got a spot for me, and then it's closed. Okay. And the reason why I have a limited amount of spots, and I put it on Instagram yesterday, is specifically because I like to get to know my students, kind of like a class. Like, one of the things that I had to recognize, because I actually changed my goal. My goal was higher. And then I realized that one of the things that I disliked when I was teaching on campus was that I would go get my roster and I would have like 60 students, but then my pay don't change from me having 6 students to 60. In an abnormal psychology class, I would have 6 to 12, but then in a general psychology class, which is a general ed, I would have like 45 to 60 students, but they're not giving me a raise per extra 15 students. So I recognized that I liked the feeling of getting to know my students, because we don't have drop-in office hours. This is not a one-on-one coaching program. This is a community group coaching program. And I guarantee you're going to walk away with some superb wins, but you have to shift your mindset to believe that you are worthy, to believe that you are worthy of having a profitable framework, so that you don't have to think about where your money is coming from, so that you don't have to stay up all night trying to figure out, well, how am I going to make profit next month because I broke even? You do not go into business to break even. That is called a nonprofit. If you want a nonprofit, go open up one. Go get some grants. But I thought that you were opening up a private practice to not only serve, because that's my number one goal, is to serve and make a huge impact, but also to be able to make a fine living. You did not spend all these hours getting licensed. You did not spend all this time going to school and getting licensed and getting your experience up for you to do work for free. Your clients don't even work for free. So why are you expecting yourself to work for free? And also, don't count people's money. Sometimes I find that my clients are unable even to get paid their value because they're counting their clients' money before they even call them for a consultation, basically stating that based off the clientele that I see, they're not going to pay me. Now, to some degree, yes, if you're working with a very marginalized population that literally lives off government assistance, no shade, you may not be able to charge that population like $150 to $200, but you have to know who your avatar is. And guess what? If you're not making enough money in your private practice, then you need to decide, how many hours do I actually want to give to my private practice? And then I still want to make this extra amount of money. So what else can I do with my expertise in mental health? Do I need to become a trainer? Do I need to be a speaker? Do I need to teach people about cultural competency? Do I need to develop physical and digital products, right? So you have the capacity to learn how to leverage your expertise in your private practice, which is what we talk about in the niche framework, which is week number 5. Because we do blueprint like for 2 weeks straight, because we also get the new students acclimated with the program and everything, and they may not even know what questions to ask during the first call. So it's more like informational and community driven. So if you want to learn more about the Academy, make sure that you go to the page, sign up if you know that it is a good match, follow your intuition, and I will see you in my stories. But please do not wait to the last minute on Sunday at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time. I will see you on my thread or in my stories, and have a great day. Bye.